You stick it through the caliper. Not always the easiest task to do, depending upon the caliper you have. Hi, old guy here, hanging your calipers. You could be doing, pads, you could be doing rotors, you could be working on the front suspension. One of the things you need to do is you need to make sure that your caliper isn't hanging by the hose. There's too much weight for the hose. It's not designed to carry that weight. And what happens after a while is you could stretch the hose where it's crimped. It would damage it. So you want to be able to kind of hold it up out of your way so you can do your suspension work, but you want to make sure it's not hanging by the hose. People over time have used various things. I've used, wire, rope, various things to hold my caliper up out of the way. Well, I found something a while back, and it's great. It's actually adjustable. So you don't have to take the wire and tie and twist it together to hold it, or make sure you're trying to tie your rope while you're holding the caliper. This makes it real simple. So we're going to show you what I do. So first up, we've got wire. This is number 12, I think. No, this is 14. So, you hook it up around the spring, you bring it down, you hook it up around your caliper, and twist it a little bit, and it holds. It's good stuff. I use this stuff for years. Next up, you could possibly have rope. The only problem with rope is trying to hold the caliper while you tie it off. Okay, not easy to do. Next up, you might have something like this. Okay, you hook it around the caliper, you hook it around the spring, you put this through here, and you tighten it, and it's not going anywhere. Like a little belt. But it's not, you can get them in various lengths. So that works pretty good. But what I'm talking about here is this, okay? So there's a hook at each end, and there's a little lever here. So you can pull. This one's a little tight. You hook this to the caliper. You hook this to the caliper, and then you pull the other side, and it tightens up. You press this little lever, and it lowers it. Now, I don't particularly care for this one because I feel like the rope's too big. Okay, it makes it hard. What I did was, this is 1/4 inch rope. I've got one with 1/8 inch rope. Okay, this one moves a lot easier. All right, press your little lever up, and it comes back. Now, I didn't particularly care for the hook because it's kind of hard to use a hook on a caliper. So I close it off, and I'm using a carabiner. So I hook up the carabiner, I loop it through the caliper, I tie that off, and now it's tight. So this is what I did. This item here is called what's it called? It's called a rope ratchet, okay? Rope ratchet. And various people carry them. And you can get them in, like I said, 1/8 inch, this is paracord, or you can get it in 1/4 inch. I just feel like the 1/8 inch is a little bit better. So we're going to go over to the car and see what it looks like when you're hanging it on a car. Okay, so we've got our caliper here, and we're going to take our little device. All right, you take the part with the lever. Now, the only thing about this lever that might be a little bit nicer, if it's stuck out a little further, it's not exactly easy to flip it up like that. So you take it and you hook it up on a spring, and you take the other end, you stick it through the caliper. Not always the easiest task to do, depending upon the caliper you have. you take your carabiner, hook it through here, hook it through your cable, and you come up and you pull the other side of the, and you're kind of tight. Then you can take off your caliper. And see, you don't have to worry about trying to hold the caliper while you're trying to work a piece of wire through it or a rope. It's already hanging. So you can take it and put it over to the side. Now, if you want it more out of the way, you could raise it, okay? Or, if it's hard with a glove, you can flip that little lever and lower it down, all right? And the entire time, it's supported. Doesn't matter where you put it, okay? And then when you go to put it back on your car, pull it up to kind of hold it in place too. Okay, not quite right. Anyway, I hope you get the idea. And all you have to do is take that off. Take it off at the top. And you're basically done. Well, anyway, this is what I do. Of course, you never have to.